He is known for being a Dutch humanist, diplomat, lawyer, and theologian. He is recognized for his major contributions to the fields of philosophy, political theory, and law. His name is Hugo Grotius. In the bustling city of Delft, a prodigious young mind was born into a world of knowledge and exploration. Hugo Grotius, also known as Hugo de Groot, displayed an insatiable thirst for learning from an early age. His parents, recognizing his exceptional potential, encouraged him to delve into various fields of study, from philosophy to law, theology to poetry. Grotius's intellectual pursuits knew no bounds, and soon he became a prominent figure in the realms of philosophy, political theory, and law. As he ventured forth into the realm of ideas, Grotius found himself embroiled in the turbulent intra-Calvinist disputes of the Dutch Republic. This led to his imprisonment in the forbidding walls of Loevestein Castle. Yet, Grotius's indomitable spirit could not be contained. In a daring escape, he concealed himself within a chest of books, which was then smuggled to Gorinchem. Unfettered by physical constraints, Grotius continued to pen his seminal works in exile in France. Grotius's influence on the world of law and philosophy was profound. His treatises on natural law laid the foundations for international law, forever shaping the understanding of rights and the concept of sovereignty. It was his masterpieces, De Jure Belli ac Paces, dedicated to Louis XIII of France, and Mare Liberum, that earned him the title of the Father of International Law. Grotius's writings sparked a paradigm shift, emphasizing that rights belong to individuals, not just objects, and that nations should be governed by laws and mutual agreement rather than force. His ideas reverberated through the centuries, with scholars recognizing his contribution to the Peace of Westphalia, the first general peace settlement of modern times. Grotius's intellectual legacy extended beyond the realms of law and philosophy, as his theological underpinnings of free trade earned him the title of an economic theologist. Though his influence waned for a time, the world once again turned to Grotius's ideas in the aftermath of the First World War, realizing the enduring relevance of his wisdom. In the annals of history, Hugo Grotius stands as a luminary, a polymath whose multifaceted brilliance shaped the very fabric of our understanding of law, rights, and international relations. His journey from imprisonment to intellectual liberation serves as a testament to the power of the human mind to transcend adversity and ignite lasting change. The legacy of this remarkable protagonist continues to inspire generations of scholars, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge knows no boundaries and can reshape the world for the better. Hugo Grotius, born in Delft during the Dutch Revolt, was a remarkable individual from the very beginning. Raised in a family of learning and political distinction, Grotius was groomed for greatness. His father, Jan de Groot, was not only a respected scholar but also a translator and friend of prominent figures such as Ludolf van Sullen. Grotius was fortunate to receive a traditional humanist and Aristotelian education, which laid the foundation for his intellectual pursuits. At the tender age of 11, Grotius entered Leiden University, where he had the privilege of studying under some of the most renowned intellectuals in Northern Europe. He immersed himself in the teachings of Franciscus Junius, Joseph Justus Scaliger, and Rudolf Snellius. Remarkably, at the age of 16, Grotius published his first book, a scholarly edition of Martianus Capella's work on the 7 liberal arts. This publication would remain a reference for centuries to come. Grotius's brilliance did not go unnoticed, and at the age of 15, he accompanied Johann van Oldenbarnevelt on a diplomatic mission to Paris. There, he caught the attention of King Henri IV of France, who hailed him as the Miracle of Holland. During his time in France, Grotius even obtained a law degree from the University of Orleans. Returning to Holland, he embarked on a successful legal and historical career, serving as an advocate in The Hague and as the official historiographer for the States of Holland. In 1604, Grotius's interest in international justice was sparked when he became involved in a legal case concerning the seizure of a Portuguese carrack and its cargo by Dutch merchants in the Singapore Strait. This experience served as his first opportunity to write systematically on issues of international justice. Throughout his life, Grotius would go on to produce a wide range of works, encompassing philology, theology, and political theology. Not only was Grotius a brilliant scholar, but he also had a fulfilling personal life. In 1608, he married Maria van Rijgersburg, and together they had a loving family with 3 daughters and 4 sons. Grotius's unwavering dedication to his pursuits and his ability to balance personal and professional responsibilities serve as an inspiration to us all. Indeed, Hugo Grotius's early life laid the groundwork for his profound contributions to philosophy and law. His insatiable thirst for knowledge and his commitment to justice continue to resonate today. As we navigate the complexities of our daily lives, Grotius's philosophy reminds us of the importance of intellectual curiosity, the pursuit of justice, and the power of balancing our personal and professional endeavors. In the midst of the Dutch-Spanish War, Hugo Grotius found himself embroiled in a controversy surrounding the seizure of a Portuguese merchant ship. His cousin, Captain Jacob van Heemskerk, had captured the loaded carrack, Santa Catarina, off the coast of present-day Singapore. The legality of keeping the prize was questionable under Dutch law, and some shareholders in the United Amsterdam Company, including Grotius, objected to the use of force on moral grounds. Seeking to defend the seizure, Grotius was called upon to draft a polemical defense by representatives of the company. He delved into the natural principles of justice, aiming to ground his argument in a broader understanding of the source and legitimacy of war. The result was a comprehensive treatise titled De Indies, which was never fully published during Grotius's lifetime due to a court ruling in favor of the company. However, Grotius's legal and philosophical insights were not limited to this specific case. In his work, The Free Sea, he put forth the revolutionary idea that the seas should be considered international territory, open to all nations for seafaring trade. This concept provided ideological justification for the Dutch to challenge various trade monopolies through their naval power. England, their fierce competitor for global trade dominance, opposed this idea and claimed their dominance over the British Sea. Although Grotius is often credited with propounding the principle of freedom of the seas, it is important to note that this idea had been accepted in the Indian Ocean and other Asian seas long before his time. Spanish theologian Francisco de Vitoria had also discussed the concept of freedom of the seas under the principles of jus gentium. Nevertheless, Grotius's notion of freedom of the seas persisted until the mid-20th century and continues to influence international maritime law. Grotius's philosophy on the legality of war and the freedom of the seas remains relevant today. His emphasis on natural principles of justice and the importance of international cooperation in maintaining open trade routes can guide us in navigating complex legal and moral dilemmas in our daily lives. As Grotius himself once said, "My life will recur in exactly identical fashion," reminding us that the lessons of the past can shape our present and future actions. Hugo Grotius, a prominent figure in the political and intellectual circles of his time, found himself embroiled in a tumultuous theological controversy that would shape his destiny. The dispute between Jacobus Arminius, a professor at Leiden University, and Franciscus Gomarus had divided the Dutch society into factions. Arminius and his followers, known as Remonstrants, advocated for religious tolerance, while the Counter-Remonstrants, led by Gomarus, upheld strict Calvinist beliefs. Grotius, with his keen intellect and diplomatic skills, entered the fray as a mediator between the two opposing sides. His efforts to find a middle ground and promote religious harmony earned him respect and recognition. However, the peace was short-lived, as the conflict intensified with the signing of the 12 Years' Truce with Spain, shifting the people's attention to the theological controversy. As tensions escalated, Grotius's role became more significant. He fearlessly advocated for the Remonstrants and their call for religious freedom. His writings and speeches resonated with many, attracting both supporters and detractors. Grotius's influence grew, and he became a central figure in the political and religious landscape of the Netherlands. But his involvement in the controversy came at a cost. Grotius's ideas and actions were seen as a threat by the Orthodox Calvinists, who held considerable power within the Dutch society. Their opposition to his views and the growing influence of the Remonstrants led to a swift and drastic turn of events. In 1618, Grotius was arrested and put on trial for his alleged heretical beliefs. The Calvinist establishment sought to silence him and suppress the Remonstrant movement. Despite his eloquent defense and the support of his allies, Grotius was found guilty and sentenced to lifelong imprisonment. Grotius's arrest and subsequent exile marked a turning point in his life. Stripped of his freedom, he found solace and strength in his philosophical convictions and unwavering belief in the power of reason. From the confines of his prison cell, Grotius continued to write and engage in intellectual pursuits, leaving behind a legacy that would shape legal and political thought for centuries to come.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.